What's going on, Vancouver? Welcome to the Vancouver Fitness Podcast. Inside this episode, episode 13, we're talking about balance and what balance means because people love to throw that word around and nobody really knows what the hell balance means. Can you eat a pizza and still be able to hit your goals? We're going to find out in this episode. And by the way, if you don't know me, my name is Yoshko and I'm the owner of Kraken Fitness and I'm the host of this podcast.
And my name is Brandon and I am a strength and conditioning coach, jiu-jitsu black belt, and I am the co-owner of Kraken Fitness, where together we have helped thousands of people across the Lower Mainland achieve their performance and body composition goals.
So you're in good hands. Welcome to the podcast and roll the intro. In my opinion, balance is bullshit. Like, people who seek balance, most people who seek balance are seeking something that like shouldn't exist because they're seeking a time where they can just turn off their goals and not be able to like not have to focus on their goals. That's what most people are looking for when they're asking for balance. There is also the balance where people are saying like, I want to be able to work, and then I also want time with my family, or I want time to work out, or whatever it is, right? I want time with my friends. But I'm not talking about those people, because I think those people, what they're actually like seeking is like, what they're actually doing is just like, I want to, when I'm not working, I want like working on my job, I'm working on my family and I'm still seeking my goals. And that's what I'm trying to disrupt here, is like that idea of balance, where it's like a lot of people who are seeking balance in the fitness industry right now, when people say like, you need balance in your life and you need to balance your work-life balance and all that stuff, is people saying like, I want to shut off and I also want to be able to work on my goals at the same time. How do I do that? I'm telling you here that you can't do that.
Yeah, and the fitness industry is the worst for this. They say, get in the gym, work your ass off for an hour every day over the week, and then outside of that, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Or you should be able to do whatever you want. That's what they're saying. And okay, so basically we have like maybe 60 people per month that want to work with us. So we go through a lot of phone calls all the time and people telling us what they're looking for in a fitness plan and stuff. And a lot of people nowadays are asking for sustainable plans, because that's what TikTok and Instagram is telling them to look for. What's a sustainable plan? Well, sustainable might mean something different to everyone. And a lot of the time, Instagram influencers and TikTok influencers and all these health professionals, what they're saying is like, you have to find a sustainable plan where you can eat pizza and burgers and drink beers and still be able to achieve your fitness goals. Well, the truth is that like you can't do both. It's impossible. Like,
and on a surface level, this looks great, right? This is
Yeah.
very enticing to everyone because they're like, oh, I'm already doing that anyways. I'm already eating pizza, drinking beer on the weekend anyway. So all I have to do is add a workout in and I'm going to achieve my goals. Complete bullshit.
It's sad because they're missing, like, these fitness gurus are missing the point. You can't tell somebody that like, oh, you can still be able to like live the current way that you're living that brought you to this moment while still like, and then like add in a few workouts and then add in like macro tracking or whatever. And it's like, oh, now you can achieve your goals while like doing all that stuff. And those people, like, they have like really, they show off their like 3-month transformation and 6-month transformation on their Instagrams and stuff like that. It's like, I want to see your 1,000-day transformation, because I highly doubt that these people are going to be able to sustain this lifestyle forever, because they're still like making it a huge part of their fitness journey, like, is like how to like maintain all your bad habits while still be able to achieve your goals.
I think it becomes like an identity thing.
Yeah.
And it's hard to even realize that you've become that person because it happens over time and over weeks, over months, over years, especially through the pandemic, where people stopped completely working out together and they picked up all these bad habits. So it's going to be very hard to shell these away or even distance yourself from them, right? So I can see why it's very enticing to be like, oh yeah, I don't have to like completely throw my balance out of the way and go hard and make sure I really work on these things.
That's exactly what I'm saying with the 1,000-day transformation. It's like, if you make your entire freaking Instagram page like, look at my pizza, look at my burgers, look at my clients eating pizza and burgers, and like they're still losing like 30 pounds, then yeah, like you're oh man, like you're missing the point of fitness and health and achieving your goals and like just like success and everything. Like It's like you can't you a lot of instances you can't have both. You can't have both. And that's not to say that me and you don't eat pizza and burgers. We eat pizza and burgers all the time. Like I eat burgers on a weekly basis. I eat pizza on a weekly basis. But I don't make my entire identity around like eating like crap.
Yeah, it's not like you get to the end of the week and you say, I have to have this thing because I suffered so much during the week. And by their definition of suffering is just changing the way that they were that led them to be the problem that they're trying to fix. So when this voice and this message is said like this, you're not really tackling the issue at hand. You're not tackling the root of the problem. We're trying to go around it and continue on with our bad habits and not actually face them.
So you have to ask yourself, what made you want to like eat pizza and burgers and stuff all the time? Like, why is that so high on your importance ladder? Like, why is that so important to you? Why is it so important to you that you have to be able to have those kind of foods and still like be able to hit your goals? Like, why is that a thing for you? If your goals matter to you that much, you would be willing to sacrifice a lot to achieve your goals, which might mean not eating pizza and burgers for months to be able to achieve those goals that you're trying to achieve. And that's the thing. Like sometimes your goals are going to require unsustainable plans or like no balance for a long period of time in order for you to achieve those goals. Because the truth is that it took you a long period of time to get to where you are right now, like the negative you right now. It's going to take you a long time to get out of that. And it's going to mean like a lot of mindset shifts and a lot of like understanding like your mindset around food and things like that. It's like, why do I want this pizza so bad? Right.
And people like to look at really successful people. They like to look at really fit people and think that they just arrive there with this very balanced mindset. When in reality, those people threw their life out of balance months and years ahead just to be able to achieve what they are right now.
Yeah, you're so right about that. Like, it's like you're looking at a bodybuilder who's able to like say shred it all year and they're eating pizza and stuff. Like, it's like, yeah, but they put in the years of work before that in order to get to where they are right now. And then they're just showing you off their lifestyle now and saying like, oh, I could do this now.
Yeah, like we had John Lee just finish his bodybuilding competition. He does a world eating tour, or what does he call it?
There's
more
yeah,
eating
he just
tour.
Eats more and more and
he
more.
just eats more and more and more.
Yeah.
But you don't see the hours and hours he spends blending his chicken and rice up every day and guzzling that down.
Yeah.
Because that's not appealing to someone who's sitting on the couch and who doesn't realize they're wrapped up in this issue.
Yeah, for sure. And so going back to the balance thing, like what I truly believe is like how you do one thing is how you do everything. So just making sure that like you don't get into these like weird like focuses on like food and stuff like that, because like it's gonna extend into everything else in your life as well. So like if you're looking for balance to like be lazy and to be able to like eat like crap and stuff like that, then you're way more likely to be lazy in your workouts, to be lazy at like meal prepping and all this stuff. Like you have to be like you have to find discipline in let's say like potentially avoiding those foods altogether and stuff like that, in order for you to be able to find discipline in a lot of many other areas in your life. And you mentioned before that like you have like your lab, which is the gym, and there's the four walls of the gym, and you get to like work on your goals, and you get to work on your physique, and you get to work on like all of these things, right? And as soon as you leave those four walls, like you're the rest, you can you take those lessons from inside the gym and use them in every single aspect in your life as well.
And I think people have difficulty with fitness and nutrition and overall because it's not just 1 hour in the gym. It's not just that 1 hour a week that you go for a walk. It's a 24/7 pursuit.
Yeah.
It's all the time, every day, every hour. And so you need to, again, manage your expectations within those hours, or you need to manage what you do within those hours outside of just going to the gym once a week.
Yeah, and I just want to keep wrapping back to the fact that like Brandon and I, we still like enjoy pizza. We still like go out for dinners.
But this is like measuredly.
Yeah.
Right? Like we're making our burgers with grass-fed bison.
Yeah.
And we're having high quality funds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like it's measured, and you're just being more realistic about it. Like it's not like you're just going willy nilly, and I'm gonna have like a freaking like 2 pizzas today, or like a pizza and then a bag of chips and then a couple beers and all that stuff. Like you like draw the line somewhere, right? And that's what I think like balance is in the grand scheme of things. But sometimes to get to that place in life, like it's gonna require no balance at all. So there's one more thing that we wanted to bring up. Oh yeah, the why. So it's like a lot of people, the reason why they want to do things is so skewed. So like a lot of people, their coach has led them into this like whole sustainable approach thing, and the reason why they want to do fitness is because like, oh, I can eat pizza and burgers and do that. Wow, great, I'll do that, right? And you like, you your whole reason why you're doing this fitness thing is just skewed, right? um what you the way that you should be looking at your why is like like why deep down do you really want to do whatever you want to do?
Yeah, what is like the underlying reason what gets you out of the bed in the morning? What is the underlying reason why you want to perform? Or more importantly, why do you care what other people think of you?
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's one of the strongest motivators is, like you said before, is status and how other people perceive you.
You have to like realize that a lot of your goals are status driven. So like a lot of people who say like who want to be able to say like that they have a sustainable approach where they can eat burgers and pizza. It's like you're doing that because you want to like show off that you're able to do that in that lifestyle, right? It's like, but you and yeah, at the end of the day though, like you have to like really figure out like what your why is, like and for me like the biggest why that I can come down to is like my family. The reason why I do a lot of things that I do, like the reason why I work on business, the reason why I work on my health and stuff like that is for my family. And if you can realize what your personal why is, it's going to be able to keep you so much more motivated to make sure that you're not deviating from the plan. And if you're putting like, and to realize what you're putting importance to, you know, like what you're putting your attention towards, because if your attention is driven towards like being able to like have a sustainable approach, then that's incorrect, right? Yeah, like the way I look at work is like when I go into work, I'm working. When I go into like hang out with my family, I'm working. When I'm going to like go to a movie with my wife, I'm working, because I'm always like working on my family. I'm working on my relationship with my wife. I'm like working on all of these things. And that's like that to some people, that's like completely like zero balance at all.
And I'm going to give you the counter argument to that, because people think that if you're like, oh, I'm always in this work mindset, that I'm going to burn out, right? But if you change that and flip the script on that and you think, well, when I'm outside of my job and I'm not working, I'm working on my family, why is that working with your family have a negative connotation to it where it's like not recharging to you and it's not helping you in the long run, right? Or you going to the gym is helping you recharge and making you better at other realms in your life. How is that work draining you? They think the word work is draining you and that is throwing off your balance, when in reality, it's giving you more balance, ironically, in your life, because you're able to, again, moderate what you're doing on a day-to-day basis.
And that comes back to like the why. If your why isn't powerful enough and you are getting drained from, let's say, like your 9-to-5 job, it's like potentially like, why are you doing that 9-to-5 job in the first place, right? It's so much easier to do a 9-to-5 job if you're like, I'm doing this 9-to-5 job because I'm like, I want to be the like person that like is helping my family or whatever it is, right? Like whatever your like why is, it makes it so much easier to work. So like when you leave work, you're not really tired because like you know the purpose of the work that well and that clearly.
It's funny because I had this discussion with my girlfriend one day because she was thinking about like switching jobs because the industry that she's in, they go hard during a certain season. She's in tax, so they go hard in a certain season. But it's something that she actually like truly loves to do. And there's people who don't like doing what she does, and they're trying to entice her out of this kind of lifestyle. And they're like, don't worry, on our side, it's so much more relaxing. We don't have to do it. And they see her getting tired because she's doing a lot of work. But in the end, it's much more rewarding for her to do what she's continuing to doing. And to her, that's what she finds rewarding and recharging to her.
Yeah, like she finds that the work is rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's so crazy because there's other people who are accountants and they don't like that work. Yeah, the people who hate that work. It's like, why don't, if you hate it that much, it's either you don't understand why you're doing it or you should just change your job. Yeah, find something else to do. Because like, why put yourself through that? And then those are the people who are looking for the balance. Like, how do I find balance? Like, why don't you just do things that you actually like doing?
And so how do we bring a why back into fitness?
Well, why? Because like for me, right? Like my why is my family. I have to be healthy for my family. That is a non-negotiable. So that's why I do it. And I can, like, a ton of our clients, especially who have kids, like if we point out, it's like your kids, they're like, oh yeah, right. Like get back on track.
Yeah.
Right.
Their diet immediately turns around.
Yeah.
Their workouts immediately
like,
increase.
And yeah, like do you really want to be that parent? Do you really want to be that sibling? Do you really want to be like that son or daughter? Right? Like you show people that you can do it and be the inspiration to the people around you.
And then not only that, when it gets hard, like you remember that, because Yoshiko and I would be lying to you if we said that every morning we woke up and we're like, all right, time to go to my dream job. And we're just like completely energized. There's days where we're tired, but you really look back and reflect on your why, and that puts you into action.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're in action, you kind of forget like how far you've come rather than looking at when's the next rest stop.
So to just bring it full circle here, figure out your why, and your why might require you to not have balance at all whatsoever.
Because balance is bullshit.
Because balance is bullshit, yeah. And if your why is something like, oh, I want to be able to like live on a beach or something like that, just fucking, I guess, like start doing that now.
Beaches are boring after a while.
Yeah. That can't be the ultimate thing. Yeah, like you can live on a beach for maybe like 6 months, but what about after that? There's got to be something that you're doing. But anyway, so yeah, find out your why. Balance is bullshit, and like stop focusing so much on sustainable plans. Start focusing on like your why and like the future version of yourself that you want to be, and that do the things that are required of that person to get to and to be able to get there. That's what it is. Like, does that person like eat pizza and drink beers on the weekend every single weekend? No. So stop fucking doing it. That's it. Like that. There's no if, ands, or buts or anything like that. Like you just stop.
And trainers, stop preaching that bullshit.
Yeah. You're bringing in the wrong people. Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much it for this podcast. We'll see you in the next one.